Hello data champions, how are you today? Welcome to a new episode of the Data Shaman series, in which we are going to explore some more tricks and hacks from data science that could be used by anyone, whether you're a data scientist or a data enthusiast or just an average Joe who wants to make smarter decisions about their data or based on their data. Today we are going to look into some visualization techniques that could help you see things better and make better decisions as well. And it's gonna be a follow-up from last week's episode, which was using decision trees in order to make smarter decisions, which was applied specifically to picking a date, picking a partner, more specifically, maybe settling with a partner based on some features that we had as an example, such as attractiveness, kindness, age, and some other scoring techniques. Okay, so yeah, buckle up and let's get started. Just a quick disclaimer, I am a data scientist and I have been working in data science. We work on a lot more coding and, let's say, lower level programming techniques, which means we have more control over the program. But what I'm showing today is something that is simpler and more accessible to a general audience, okay? So if you are already a data scientist and you're savvy of these tools, or maybe you can code, then this might be a little bit of a beginner for you. But still, you might learn a few tricks that could save you time. I mean, rather than using packages and coding for like Seaborn or Matplotlib or other Python packages, you could have something very simple with Weka or with Orange Canvas or with RapidMiner, a few more others. There are some very good commercial ones also. I mean, like Tableau, like Dataiku, and other tools that we're not gonna explore. For today, we're gonna look at Orange mostly because this seems to be one of the tools that has worked mostly when I was teaching a course in data science a few years back then. And the students responded to this very positively. They were very excited to use it, and yeah, let's without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's take this out of the way, this one too, and if you're on Linux like me, you could type Alt-Control-T, and usually Orange Canvas if it's set up. Oh, that's not very appetizing. Let me see. I think it's I should try to run it from here directly. I guess so. Okay, 1 second, because you might have the same issue, and if that. Okay, let me see. Orange Canvas. If we can resolve this. Okay, wait. I think. Oh yeah, here we go. That's it. Control R. Orange. Yes, I think this should do it. Yeah. See. Restore, yes, why not? Okay. So to make things faster. I thought I would load some of these tricks that I explored before going live. That way I don't have to waste a lot of time. So to look back at what we have the CSV file, which is of 7 features and 8 rows, and the data in it is about these candidates that you wanna either date or maybe settle down with. These people, let's put the name here, okay, they have a date of birth, an attractiveness score, a family score, like how much they are willing to build a family, kindness scores. You can add whatever you want. If you check the episode before, it shows you how we created this data set, and using an Excel sheet or Google Sheets. And yeah, so we select some of the columns. Let's say we ignored date of birth score and the year, your date of birth, okay? And here we wanted to have the date of birth as a target, and this is what we looked at into the tree last time. So the decisions made on the big splits are the older group is Anna and Yulia. Then you have a bigger group of younger generation, let's say, that's divided into 2. So these are some of the decisions based on age. We showed in the last episode how we could do it based on other things, and in this episode we wanted to explore some other things using data visualization. Okay, so one of the cool things, by default it doesn't have this visualization. You have to put show color regions, you have to click it, and usually you'd have to choose the label here to be the name so that you see what you have here. You could also play with these in order to have it like a size based on, I don't know, let's say kindness. Okay, the kinder ones are Anna and Madison. Oh wait, if kindness is size, then I mean everything that's close to this should be bigger and smaller this. Why is Anna not here? Okay, let me see, just one thing. So color is date of birth. Maybe color should not be date of birth, should be name. Okay, or actually let's try, I mean you could play with these the way you want. I was just making sure that the size has to be, yeah, it does make sense, except that Anna is exceptionally large, or it looks larger than, yeah, anyway, yeah, yeah, so you could make visual decisions based on, you know, this graph, right? Another thing we can look at is the heat map. Okay, it is a little bit tiny. Why so? Let's see, how can we zoom in, because it's not zooming in. Position, none, top. Okay, whatever. If you can't see this, I'll try to zoom it, but I can't. Oh yeah, maybe it looks a little bit bigger now. Okay, so what we have here is we have some kind of clustering of a heat map. So you have kind of Sarah and Masha are kind of very similar, that they are grouped in one group, and they are also part of the larger group with Fabienne. So this is like one cluster of people you can think of as the same group. If you like Sarah, then you might also like Masha and Fabienne. Then Anna is a little bit apart, and that's probably because of her age, right? Maybe that's why her cluster, like she was clustered a little bit apart. And then you have a tiny group here of Marie and Madison, and then separately Melanie, and then separately Julia. Okay, so of course all of these people are fictitious. I never dated any of these names, but yeah, you could play with that, and you could even cluster the categories themselves. So attractiveness and kindness were kind of a bit correlated, and that you can see if you have a correlation. So we're gonna look at correlations between, where is it? Between kindness and attractiveness, 0.3, date of birth, 0.3 almost, and family. Attractiveness and date of birth seems to be very correlating. Even though I made these up randomly, I mean, this makes sense, right? The age and attractiveness might have a lot in common. Well, these are two different measures of correlation. Pearson's is the most common. Okay, now another thing that you might want to look at is usually PCA, but I didn't get anything out of it for this example, so I kept it on the side. So another thing is again, clustering and distance matrix, which are very similar to what we had here in the heat map, okay, except that here we're converting everything into distances, the distances into a matrix, and so now what you have is a kind of correlation between these people. Like, what is the distance between, let's say between Julia and Anna there's the biggest distance, okay? This is like those two people are the furthest apart. And actually, when we did the clustering before, you could see the same thing happening. Like, you would see them on the opposite ends of the clusters, like two different clusters, okay? Now, some of them are very close to each other. So let's say the closest is Masha and Sarah. I think they belonged to the same cluster. Madison and Marie. I mean, we could double check. Madison, Marie, and Masha and Sarah. Madison, Marie, Masha, Sarah. Let's see, where was that? Madison, Marie, Masha, Sarah. See, Masha, Sarah. Here we go. Madison, Marie. They're in the same clusters. So it's just a different way to see, a more numerical way to see these distances. Let's see what happens when we, so we can also correlate between the different the different scores for family, quality, for kindness. So let's say, I don't know, based on all the data we have, it seems like 4 and 9 are very similar. I mean, even though they're not, of course, 7 is much kinder than 4, but from our data, because we have a lot of co-occurrence, like a lot of similarity between 4 and 7 in kindness, with other features, with with family, with date of birth, okay, then they look similar. Okay, now if you had real data and a lot of it, this wouldn't look like this. This is artificial data. Okay, so people who validate data, sometimes they look at these things and they realize that this data is fake. It has been made artificially. Okay, let's try one more thing. I'm not sure this is, yeah. So this is again another clustering that's based on the same thing that we had here, the same cluster of the heat map. See, these are the same things we saw earlier. Now here we could also play differently with, like, yeah, we're not going to go there and making it very complicated, but we could have different weights. We could crop this at some, like, we could crop it at 0.4. Here I'll show you how. Top 3 to select, like, this is the biggest cluster, and these two people are very separate. You could do these things. Yeah, include everyone. We could have a maximum depth of, let's say, you see, yeah, these are different ways to manipulate the data. Okay, so I guess now you have, like, not just decisions based on the machine, you have also ways to visualize your results, and this is going to help you make more instinctive decisions. You're not going to be just trusting the machine. You're going to also be having a look at it, making more sense of it. Also, in addition to decision trees, you have many other classification methods that we haven't explored, but again, we can, and they're gonna give almost similar results, and it's sometimes gonna look like a black box to you. You were gonna wonder, why did it give this result and not this other result, and you might not be fully trustful of the decision that the machine has taken. So this is why visualization is very important, and it could help you make more gut feeling, instinctive decisions. Okay, you have many classifiers here. Without understanding the way they work, it's gonna be it's not gonna be interesting for you. It's gonna be just an output that one method has given, and you wouldn't know why. Okay, that's why visualization is very important. Okay, we have so much to explore. If you are interested and excited to learn more, please, I shouldn't tell you this, but yeah, whatever. You want to subscribe, go ahead and do it. You don't want to subscribe, don't do it. Just hit the notification bell when you subscribe, because YouTube's algorithm doesn't always show you what you want to see. Okay, they have things with ads that want to be run first, and yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this channel without ads, but yeah, if I don't get sponsors, I might have to run some ads, and yeah, sorry about that. I hope it works for everyone. Okay, if you like what you're seeing, please comment below. That helps me, you know, curate better the future videos, makes me come up with better content for you, and yeah, that's 20 minutes, and see you soon.